Hello, everyone. Welcome to Barca News. It is March 14th, 2024, and the Negreira case has been postponed for 6 more months. Also, Barcelona have made their top summer priority an 18-year-old attacker from the Zaragoza Academy. And finally, PSG spied on both Pau Cubarsi and Lamine Yamal during the Barcelona-Napoli clash. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mo, and before we begin with the news, just a quick reminder to make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment. All of this helps this channel continue to grow. Also, if you are looking for any Barcelona jerseys or merchandise, make sure you hit the kickback. If you are looking to place any sports bets, make sure you head to Bet Us. Both links for kickback and Bet Us are down below in the description. Now I begin with the news that the Negreira case has been postponed for 6 more months. Now, I've been talking about the Negreira case for several months now on my channel. And so for those of you who just joined the channel, or for those of you who don't remember the facts of the case, since we haven't talked about it for quite some time, I will recap. But the Negreira case is the case where Barcelona hired the former referee, Jose Maria Enriquez Negreira, who you see on your screen, as a consultant for the club so he can produce reports, refereeing reports for Barcelona on how certain referees apply certain rules. Now, of course, this is a custom in La Liga, a pretty common practice in La Liga where all the clubs of the first division have former referees on retainer as consultants. But of course, the problem here is that when Barcelona were paying Negreira for his consultant services, he was also one of the vice presidents of the Committee of Referees, which prompted the Spanish prosecutor's office to launch an investigation in regards to sporting corruptions to see whether Barcelona tried to bribe referees or tried to influence the competition through the hiring of Negreira. Now, after more than a year of investigation, the prosecutor's office has determined that there's absolutely no evidence that Barcelona bribed referees, that they attempted to bribe referees, or that they attempted to influence the competition. And instead, the investigation switched focus to see whether the previous presidents, Bartomeu and Rosé, were actually stealing money from the club through the hiring of Negreira. Now, this finding by the prosecutor's office did not sit well with the judge in charge of the investigation. So instead, he decided to change the charges from sporting corruption, where you have to prove that the person paying money had the intention to influence the competition. He changed it to bribery, where the only thing you have to prove is that a payment was made to a public official. Here, of course, Barcelona did pay Negreira. We know that. There's receipts of that. The club filed paperwork with the treasury to show that they paid Negreira. Negreira filed his taxes to show that he received money from Barcelona. So that's not disputed. We know that Barcelona did pay Negreira. So in the case of bribery, that's all you have to prove. But of course, the problem is that the person receiving the money has to be a public official. In the case of Negreira, he was not a public official. He was one of the vice presidents of the CTA, which is a private entity. So he was a private employee. And as such, the bribery charges do not apply. And that's why the prosecutor's office came out and said that they were not going to proceed with the bribery charges, because again, in this case, it does not apply. Now, despite all of this, the judge in the Jose Maria Enriquez Negreira has decided to postpone the case for 6 more months, because according to him, he is awaiting another report from the Guardia Civil, or the police services in Spain. And of course, we do have the upcoming testimony of Jose Maria Enriquez Negreira himself, who will testify on March 19th in open court on record, and where some are expecting him to testify that he was indeed being used by Bartomeu and Rosé to launder money, as the former presidents were stealing money from the club, and not that he was getting paid to bribe referees or influence the competition. Now, more news, and now it's better news, since we did start with a little bit of grim news. But the good news is that Barcelona are looking to make their #1 summer priority an 18-year-old academy player from Zaragoza named Adrián Liso. Now, Adrián Liso is an 18-year-old center forward. He's the gem of the Zaragoza Academy, and Barcelona have made him a top priority for the summer because they consider that he has the potential to become a top-class player. He is known for his attacking prowess, and he's also known for his flexibility or his ability to play in different positions in the final third or in the attacking line. And this would be, of course, a signing for Barca Athletic, not for the first team, where Barcelona would look to bring Adrian Liso to Barca, to the academy, to kind of train him. Hopefully, he can then become a great player and get promoted to the first team. Now, Adrian Liso just renewed his contract with Zaragoza until 2027, as you can see from the picture on your screen. But despite that, Barcelona believed that maybe with a good offer, the player could be convinced to join Barca Athletic, as Barcelona continue to bet on young talent and continue to search the market for young players with lots of potential. And speaking of players with lots of potential, it's reported that PSG spied on both Lamine Yamal and Pau Cubarsi during the Barcelona and Napoli match, as it's been revealed that PSG had scouts present in Montjuic in the stadium watching both of our youngsters. By the way, what a great match to watch both of our youngsters, as they both did incredibly well, especially Pau Cubarsi, who ended up winning MVP of the match. Now, we do know that PSG are interested in Lamine Yamal. They communicated that to Jan Laporta through Jorge Mendes, where Laporta had dinner with Jorge Mendes to discuss the Joaos and other players that are currently at the club. And during that meeting, Jorge Mendes communicated to Jan Laporta that PSG were interested in Lamine Yamal, but of course, Laporta told Jorge Mendes that Barcelona have zero interest in offloading Lamine Yamal. Jorge Mendes said that he knew that, but of course, it was his duty to still communicate that news to Jan Laporta, despite him knowing that it would be an absolute no. And now it looks like PSG are also interested in Pau Cubarsi, but of course, they are not the only ones who are interested in him. Manchester City, Manchester United, and Arsenal are all interested in Pau Cubarsi as well. But of course, just like Lamine Yamal, Barcelona have zero interest in offloading Pau Cubarsi. And in fact, they're already working on his contract renewal, because it's reported that right now his release clause sits at 7 million euros. So Barcelona want to extend his contract and, of course, shield him from other clubs by giving him probably that 1 billion euro release clause that they give all of our youngsters, such as Lamine Yamal himself, Pedri, Gavi, Araujo, etc. So that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a like. Also, I would like to invite all of you to please leave a comment down below, giving me all your thoughts and opinions about all the news that I share with you. And finally, I would like to invite all of you to please subscribe to the channel so you can stay current on all the latest news in regards to our beloved club, FC Barcelona. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. And as always, peace, Garza.